The views and opinions by the host do not reflect that of the guest and the management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guest do not reflect that of the host and the management.
Hello, my name's Harry Tambuatco, and here I am. I'm back here in front of the cam. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I've done in the last 3-4 shows, the purpose of me hosting at this point anyway is to introduce the hosts that IDP, the management, that's iTech Digital Production, that IDP has put together, hosts whose expertise are being shown and proposed up to you. Now, these hosts are not just celebrities or broadcast people, you know, where you have the young, the pretty, the good-looking, whatever. No, these are people who live the life of the expertise that they promote. In other words, it's straight-out conversation, none of these earpieces, and somebody tells you, ask question number 2 when question number 1 is just being addressed by the guest. Now, the purpose here is to talk to the people, the learned people. We are not a commercial wherein we're going to do song and dance and sex right here on this camera. No, our purpose is to generate an awareness towards an intelligent topic that need to be discussed. Now, not all topics may fit you. So choose the host you wish to follow, but allow us to introduce to you the many different hosts and topics or the fields of expertise that we would like to promote. In this program, I have to say, ito baliktad, ano? Today, celebrity. Dalawa akong celebrity. But in the field of music, culture, and arts. Let me introduce our first guest. To my left, you've got Mike Hanapol. Now, Mike, you all know. Everybody knows. Now, if only I could stand up and say, I too am Jeff Prox. I wish I could, but my age, it tells me it follows senior citizen, CC. I'd like to think it's consumer affairs or something. But no, it's senior, and meaning, pag tumalon-talon ako, baka mapilayan pa ako. Our other guest is also a musician in the field of jazz, who's now making airwaves with his compositions, his music, his gigs going around town. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Johnny Alegre. Hey guys.
Hello.
Thanks for being in the show, huh? I hope you enjoy this concept because, ladies and gentlemen, these two guys are going to have different shows. Now, I think Mike's show is going to be Pinoy Rock Legends. And then he's going to talk about, interestingly enough, metaphysics. Is that what you told me earlier, Mike?
Natural philosophy.
Natural philosophy and whatnot. And Johnny, I hope you two don't clash when it comes to the topics that you both will talk about. Kasi Johnny, trip din ito, arts, poems, sculpture, di ba? Drama. So basically, you two are both in the arts. But the field of art, especially in this country, is very big. Ang Pinoy kasi, di ba, we are very resilient and creative. Kumbaga, sa Amerika tayo yung parang ego, you know, di ba? Is that a right way to say it?
Yeah, we're what you call strangers in a very strange land.
Ang bigat naman. Nag-umpisa pa lang tayo. Strangers in a... Mike, you start. Tell us what is your show is going to be like. Anong tingin mo? What can we expect?
Well, most of the topic that I will be talking about will be my songs. How I started this, let's say, particular song, like Salayaw Jeff Rocks. How did it come out about, and then the meaning of it, let's say, Balong Malalim. What is that?
But you composed that so many years ago. But ano yun, may revelation dumating after many
Balong
years?
Malalim was during the Juan de la Cruz, not Mike Hanapol.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so...
Pero yun.
Of course, I wrote it.
Okay.
lyrics and music, but the content, the body, and the substance of that lyrics of that Balong Malalim, until now, it's already 2022.
Yes,
right?
yes.
I wrote that 1971.
Bago pa mag-martial law, no?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And yet, until now, a lot of people don't even know the meaning.
Yes, yes.
Balong malalim. Gusto niyang mag-swimming sa balong malalim. Is there anything like that? Can you swim? Can you
Baka
swim?
malunod ka lang sa loob ng balon, ano?
You're not even fit there.
Yeah.
Oh, gusto niya mag-swimming. Gusto niya. Pero hindi pwede.
So, ang sinasabi mo, Mike, kumbaga sa law, it's called form and substance. The form is the technical part if all the procedures and whatnot are followed. And the substance is the content.
Well,
in your case, when you developed the song, it was the form that became very popular and successful. The technical side, the music, umabot sa... you touched a lot of people with your music. You know, I mean, come on, let's face it. I know you're a celebrity when it comes to Pinoy rock because you guys started it, basically, di ba? You were the icons of the time. Pero now the substance, you mean you discovered what you were trying to say even then when you weren't sure what you were writing?
I'm sure already my own, of course. But the thing is, the people who are listening,
Hindi naintindihan.
you know what they're after to? They're up to is just the beat. That's all.
Of course.
The beat. And then the expression. But the lyrics, they don't even
You were
care about it, you know?
Yeah, pero you were a hell of an entertainer, pare. I used to watch you. You were quite an entertainer on TV, di ba?
Because that's my formula. Yeah. To catch these people ears, you know?
Yes, yes.
I have to do that. I have to catch them by my expression.
Yes.
Gusto niya, mag-bang. Ayun, huli sila.
Huli.
Oh, di ba?
Agreed.
But the thing is, my problem, it's not their problem, my problem.
Yes.
Right? You were able to catch their ears, but they don't understand what you're saying.
There you go. Do you have that problem with your music? You do a lot of instrumentals, but you also have singers, right?
Yeah, I can
You compose
sing.
with singers.
I can sing, and I do compose songs for other people to sing. So
Yeah, I know you as a singer. I mean, long ago, guitar player and singer.
Yeah.
Hourglass, the only first band when we first met when we were in our teens, di ba? But go ahead, ikaw naman, Johnny. How do you understand Mike's dilemma?
well, you know, Mike surfaced in an age, in a time when nobody else was doing what they were doing. So they were innovating, they were creating something new, and it was very exciting. So just the excitement alone, I think, drove them to that level of popularity, and they became very accepted by, shall we say, the youth of that time. And as they got older, the listeners who heard their music went along with them in this journey, in this musical journey. But you know, like any kind of journey, there are sideways, there are corners, there are uphills and downhills and
Puti, palalim ng palalim to. Akala ko TV show lang to.
you
Go
know,
ahead.
Yeah.
Diba?
So like Mike is saying now, they don't understand what I was saying back then. But probably what Mike is saying now is also something new that they also have
Do you
to
agree with
understand.
that?
Of course. Anything that you don't understand, even during back time, and now you understand, that's new.
Yeah. But some musicians, what they do is they have a second, how do you say, they re-record it again. Sometimes they have new alternative or new versions of the music. I'm not sure the Beatles did this. I'm not sure even the Rolling Stones did that. A lot of jazz musicians did, though. They improved, like the song, the very popular jazz song, Spain by Chick Corea. He started to improve the song, the very song that became super popular. Diba? He started doing it in reverse. Remember that basic melody, tam tam taran tararan tam taran. He did it in reverse, which was dexterity-wise out of this world. Yes? Agree?
Sure, of course,
Ah.
of course.
But do you come to revelations after you've composed your music? You've composed a lot of music, Johnny. Do you come to revelations and even frustrations, as Mike is saying?
Well, are you asking me about my own personal experience?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, well, a lot of that happens in the moment when you are creating something new is something you never expected. It just comes from
Wherever.
from somewhere, and it enters you, and it takes control of your imagination, and it comes out of your hands, and it comes out of your mind, and you create it.
Right.
And when you finish it, you said, "My goodness, I did it."
Yes.
But it's something that you never really planned the way it turned out to be, but it became something of this nature.
Yeah, and yet, during those times, when I would say, let's say Juan de la Cruz,
Yes.
how it started, how was I able to come out? Okay, in the middle of Jimi Hendrix,
Yes, yes. I remember.
Led Zeppelin.
Yes.
Can you imagine that? Neil Young and
Yeah.
all these people, we were able to get
Yeah,
get out.
you were.
And not only that, in the middle of Jumides Maturang,
Oo nga, ano?
in the middle of
Oo.
Nora Honor,
Oo,
in the
the
middle
height.
of Vilma, the height of
The
them,
height of- yeah.
Pilita Corrales,
Oo.
we were able to get out.
Yes, you were.
That's the magic. And nobody can repeat that history anymore.
Is it just timing or is it really the product?
It could be also timing.
A lot of
But
that
it is not. It is not our doing.
Can you say chamba?
Huh?
Can you say chamba? Chamba lang yan? Hindi. But it's hard work
There is
din,
no.
di ba?
There is no accident.
Okay.
Okay? According to the Creator, there is no accident. But to us, yes, you can. You can say that.
You agree with that?
You're asking me.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it, as I was.
All I'm trying to do here, Johnny,
Yeah.
Mike, is
Yeah.
I'm trying to pit his point of view, his revelation, back to you and see if it can be mirrored
Yeah,
back, if
yeah.
it's one and the same idea.
Yeah, well, a lot of that, as I was, wanting to say was, it's being at the right place at the right time with the right motivations.
Well, that's a good analysis, okay? Opinion and everything. But there is a problem with that. How do you make it right?
I think trying to make it right is retroactive.
There is there is a right time,
That's after.
right place, right mood,
Yeah.
Right mood.
right mood,
Yeah.
and right awareness and during that
Awareness,
time.
yes.
But how do you make it right?
Well, during your time, Mike, I hate to say it, we were all drugged out. But, wow, man, Juan de la Cruz, pare, Mike, hanap on. Galing naman.
Would you believe what exactly happened? I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
We were nothing, okay? Nobody knows. But during those times, DZRJ, is it okay?
Yeah, of course.
Ramon Jacinto was out of the country because he was
Exile.
Okay, hiding. Now, the only guys left in that
No, yung mga DJ.
station, Benji Monson, Dante, Dante also died.
Yeah.
I know everybody there.
All these people, they're not allowed to play Tagalog. So, any Tagalog.
Yes, in those days, even the news was in English, eh. Di ba?
Puro English lang, sir.
English lang lahat, eh.
Everything, no Tagalog, no any other language. So, our language is all Tagalog. How can you do that? We have a friend, one friend, DJ friend, one, only one. Out of maybe 20 of them there. One. And this guy was really willing to play our stuff. But the only problem is, his time is 1 o'clock in the morning.
But during that time,
Nobody's sleeping. I told him, it's okay.
Yeah, still,
Let it play. Let
yeah,
it play.
yeah.
Out of 1 million or 2 million, how many millions are listening? At that time, there will be 1 or 2 listening. Exactly what happened. What happened?
Well,
After 2-3 days, somebody ring the phone. Can you play that balong malalim?
balik ng balik. You know, during that time, ilagay natin in perspective, ano. If I'm not mistaken, the news delivery was basically all in English. Do you remember that time, or you were still in diapers? And if I'm not mistaken, then Channel 2, Eugenio Lopez Jr., the father of Gabby, I think he was the one who started it and started to do broadcast in Filipino. Now, Tagalog, basically, Tagalog. And then the newspapers also started, but instead of mixing it with the English broadsheet, they created a second broadsheet na puro Tagalog naman. So the timing maybe was correct. And then there was also a move in Pinoy rock, not just Pinoy rock. Kasi may magazine pa doon na bibili mo yung basic chords sa gitara,
Yes.
jingle,
Yes,
di ba?
yes.
So may gitara ka, babasahin mo yung magazine, tapos susubukan mo mag-James Taylor at kung ano, di ba? That was the movement wherein, I'm not sure it was RJ who made that movement, but na lumakas yung Pinoy attitudes, the movement towards, di ba?
OPM.
OPM, that's what it's called. Original Filipino music, which is, it's still called OPM today, right?
Of course.
OPM pa rin.
But the thing is that people don't know how that OPM became a law.
Yes, it became, no? Yeah.
Now, I'm sure you guys don't know. You know who pushed that law?
No, I'm not sure.
Teodoro Valencia.
You're kidding. Have a cup of coffee with Teodoro
Yes.
Valencia.
He is the one who pushed that law
I didn't know that.
to make it 3 times every hour.
Yeah, every
That's
hour.
the first.
Yeah,
First.
3 songs minimum.
3
Yeah.
songs every hour. The whole station, from left to right.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was
Now you know.
Teodoro Valencia.
That's the secret.
Have a cup of coffee with Teodoro Valencia. Sa Bayview. Bayview Hotel, so downstairs.
And
sa coffee
then
shop.
it became a law.
It became a law. Yeah. To you don't have issues in your compositions. I've followed your career mostly in the last 40 years. Do you do Tagalog music? Tagalog?
Yes, I've written a body of work written in Tagalog, and I created a band specifically to do that kind of music.
All right.
So I have sectionalized my genres into hardcore jazz and rock and Filipino.
Right.
So
OPM.
So there's no hodgepodge because I don't believe in chop suey.
So in other words, pag mananagalog ka,
There's a
dire-diretso
special-
Tagalog.
there's a special-
Wag ka makikris Aquino. Ay naman! Di ba?
Well, not getting personal, but yeah, it's important for me to be authentic. In fact, the initial challenge in my own personal journey is to defy convention, because at the start, even during the time of Juan de la Cruz and all the other Pinoy rock triumphs, no?
Right.
Because they were very successful, I was trying to break in with my own kind of music, and they would say, no, you have to imitate Mike Hanupol. You have to imitate
Yeah.
Wally Gonzalez.
You had to go through
You
that.
have to imitate this and that and this and that. Or you have to be the James Taylor of the Philippines. Or you have to be like this of the Philippines. You have
The
to
Earl
be
Klugh.
Led Zeppelin of the
Yeah.
Philippines and John McLaughlin of the Philippines.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I said, no, I want to be me.
Okay, let's go to this part of the show.
Yeah.
Who is Johnny Alegre? Sige nga.
Johnny Alegre is a journey.
I'm going to ask you that same question in a short while, Mike. Go ahead.
I am a journeyman. What you call a journeyman.
Na, may singer
I'm
na sila
I'm a
Pilipino.
traveler. I'm
May
a
singer na
traveler.
yung Journey, di ba? He's very good. He replaced the guy who died.
Well,
Si Journey, di ba? I'm trying to be funny.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead,
I
go
like
ahead.
those guys. I
Yeah.
like those guys, but that's not my music. But I like the concept.
Yes.
But the whole idea is, the word journey has been used time and again by different artists. But there's a special meaning to it because it means to say that you're traveling through time and doing different things, and you're seeing objects and events happening as you go along this journey called life. Because the ultimate journey is life itself.
Heavy,
right?
but continue.
Yeah, right. So
Go ahead.
So I want to be me. Johnny Alegre is a journeyman. I go through life. I don't imitate. I don't want to be the Elvis Presley of the Philippines. I don't want to be the Pat Metheny of the Philippines, or the Joe Pass of the Philippines, or Jimmy Page of the Philippines. I want to be me. And it took a while. And the contradiction in all of this is, it took people from other countries to accept me before the locals accepted me.
Why is that?
That is a mystery. For me, that is a mystery.
No, I got it.
So my first album was released in England.
Baliktad.
Yeah, and then my other album was released in New York. And then, pagkatapos na lang, that is when na-release na dito sa Pilipinas.
The answer for that is timing.
Yeah.
Hindi kaya the broadcast TV.
Pero ngayon, okay na. I mean, tinanggap na si Alegre,
Timing.
ganito, sariling atin yan. I've been accepted, but it took a while.
And this journey has taken you how many years today? 40? 30?
Oh my goodness.
Without revealing your very old age.
Yeah, we started together, right? so in the middle 70s, I believe.
Well,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, I did play music at one time, much to your shock. I did play drums. But like Johnny, I had a journey. And now my journey brings me in front of this camera. Now let me ask the same question to Mike Hannibal. Who is Mike Hannibal?
Okay, to sum it up all, it's hard to be axiomatic, but I would say, from the beginning up to the end, now, I would say, ever since I started to be aware, to be a musician, I started as 9 years old.
9 ka nag-umpisa?
Yes. My father was hated so much me being a musician, to be a musician, studying a musician. He put me in seminary. Okay, that's gone.
Mike Hannibal, seminaryan.
Yes, of course.
Hallelujah! Bring the house down! Continue.
But the thing is, you asking me who Mike
Yes,
Hannibal
yes.
that is now, okay?
Yes.
I would say Mike Hannibal is a metaphysics man.
You have to elaborate.
Philosophical man. I did a lot of journey in those subjects, all those mathematical science. I studied all those Hebrew language. I studied all this.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because, let me tell you, this is another
Facet of you.
FYI for you.
Okay, yeah.
Hannibal is not a Filipino. Hannibal is originally from Ukraine, where the war is going on right now,
You're kidding me.
and I am from Kiev.
Kib! Oh my gosh.
I am not.
Talaga?
I have a blood of 60% Russian Jew.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's where you got your passion.
See, my songs,
Wait, paano naging Pilipino? Your dad is the Ukrainian
Okay.
Russian?
Okay.
Or your mom?
Okay, let's begin. Okay, the Russian Jew, my descendants, my ancestors, were from Kiev, and then they migrated to New York during the time of Quezon.
Okay.
And during the time of Quezon, he has a son. They have a son, I think 3 of them. One of them became U.S. Army.
Right.
During the Quezon, everything is in horse.
Yeah, of course.
So they came to Leyte.
Right.
This guy came to Leyte and married my great-grandmother.
Oh, interesting.
And the son is my father, my
Yeah.
lolo.
Yeah.
And then, inanak yung tatay ko. That's how I got my 60% Russian Jew blood.
the color of your blood, the color of your skin, you're very Caucasian, so you're light.
Yeah, but that's according to metaphysics, that's an accident. Color,
Baliktad, ano?
color is an accident.
Color's an accident.
Creation has an accident. Alright? You have to understand that. I don't want to go over that, but the thing is,
No, but in your show, you should expound on that, on the metaphysics.
oh yeah, I will.
Yeah, expound
of
on
course.
that.
I can expound right now, very fast.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my song Umiikot-ikot, if you heard Umiikot-ikot,
yes.
Umiikot. If you start from first line, bawat bagay na tumataas ay kusa ring bumababa. That's the word is Tagalog, Filipino, but that idea is metaphysics.
Yeah, and it's also relevant today.
How can you explain that kusa? That's Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Kusa ring.
Mababa.
How is that? How can you explain that? And I can explain that. Okay?
Go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bawat bagay na tumataas, di ba? Everything tumataas. Ibig sabihin that the water goes up when the moon is up. The water goes up.
Goes up, yeah. I think
And
that's
that's
right.
natural. That's nature. Natural.
You know, I hate to say it, but I can also relate that with sex. Diba? So you wake up, you're...
Yeah.
And then, have a cigarette. Diba?
Of course, because you're exerting your energies and effort.
Yes,
That's
yes.
why. But that's only for short time, okay? But if you do that all the time, you will die. You will die. Yeah. Solomon said, "Do not spend your energy on women."
Okay.
Yeah. Do not. The actual law, the Torah law, 5 books, it says there, you only do that one time.
Right.
In a week,
Okay.
Saturday.
May petsa pa.
Yes, Saturday, 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. No, it starts Friday because one day is 24 hours, right?
Yes.
So it starts with Friday night and to Saturday night. So that's 24 hours. You can do that.
This might be enough to curb the population of the country.
That's the only way to do. I mean, you have to obey that. That's the commandment. If you go beyond that or violate that, chaos, the whole thing, the whole world will go into chaos. That's what happened.
Jesus. Let me go to the next question. I want to throw back this time to Johnny Alegre. Johnny, what's your show going to be like?
Well,
What can we expect from Alegre?
I have very diverse tastes. So I would like, of course, to talk about music. But I would also like to touch on art and literature and poetry, theater, and even record collecting. I have a very large record collection.
You still have your LPs from past.
I have around 4,000 LPs at home.
Pare,
You know,
have you
I've built
heard-
them up. I've built them up over countless years. No, so,
You've heard of the thumb drives. You've heard of the CDs.
of course.
Diba?
I have
And
a
you
large-
still have.
I have
you
a
still
large-
have. You still have the.
I have a
the
large CD
records.
collection also.
I heard before the show you have Mike's record.
Yeah, among a lot of other artists. If I like an artist, I follow their career. So I try to get as much as I can.
Okay, when you talk of arts, what are you gonna dwell on? Poetry reading? You're gonna do poetry here on TV?
Depends. I will invite poets, perhaps, and I will invite other colleagues in the music business, other musicians, outstanding people in the field of culture and music and art.
Are you going to educate?
No.
Generate? You're not going to educate on TV. I mean,
I won't preach.
You won't, okay.
I will just make it clear. This is what's happening. and-
why?
Because people are entitled to make up their own minds. So I believe in free expression. So I will show them what the cards are, and here's what's going on here. Take your pick. Some people consider this kind of music noisy, but some people consider this kind of
Yeah.
noisy music beautiful.
I know, I've noticed that.
Back in the day, they were saying, Jimi Hendrix, ang ingay, it's all feedback. But now we see a different facet to this kind of music. It's so beautiful, the way he shaped the sounds, and it became something
You
very
know what, Harry?
artistic.
His name is Alegre. In Hebrew, Simcha.
Simka.
What it means? Rejoice. Happy.
Happy.
You are a happy man.
Yes.
Yes, I'll agree with that. I've known Johnny like 30, 40 years. Yes, he's always been...
Alegre is a happy man. Alegre.
Yeah, I will agree to that. I have known him personally.
Very happy man.
Yeah, he's not the type to get into intrigues. He doesn't blow up on people. He's always smiling for some funny reason. I always thought there was super glue back there. He's not satirical. He's always trying to explain something beyond, but so do you. I mean, come on. Metaphysics. I mean, Jesus. I didn't expect that. I thought, I thought it'd be rock, meaning basic. This is my concept of rock. Basic guts.
If I am a very noisy person, noisy.
Like me, noisy.
Or loud person.
Me, I'm loud. Go ahead.
If I am a loud person, you would know. You would know, okay?
Yes, yeah.
Because by being loud person, you would know that I am the one who recorded the voice of Hagibis.
Ay, ikaw ba yun? Si ano yun eh. What's si Hagibis? What's the name? The guy whose arm got cut off.
Katawan.
Hagibis.
All those
With the costume, di ba? May costume yun, no?
Forget about it.
Yeah.
The voice is important. It's me.
Ay, ikaw ba kumakanta?
I have that record too. I have that record.
You know?
Sa Hagibis, sa kanyang plaka.
So all those voices are
Ikaw
mine.
tumira nun? Bakit ka pumayag and having an actor in front? Because that Hagibis became a big hit.
You know what? There's a story in it. Because that time when the idea, the concept was made, so we had to do it fast. Okay. So the beginning of the project is to write songs. Because you cannot just put up together right now. What are you going to sing? What are you going to sing? So I have to write a song, and it came out that all songs.
Nag-hit
There were
yun.
3 albums. All 3 albums, I wrote them. I have to write them. I have to be ready. I have to ready. So, and then, during those times, there was called time. When you rent the studio, you have to rent it 1 whole month or 2 whole months. You have to pay. That's already paid. Without or with...
Wala pang content, so you had to create content.
Kahit walang tumutugtog, bayad yun, sir.
I didn't know ganun pala ang recording in the old days.
No, you pay for block time.
Black time.
buwanan.
Yes. So, I did the whole album. I have to use the time. No? I have to when I finished the song, the -1, Jun Regalado was the drummer.
Yeah, he's still around. He's still
The
he's still
bassista
an
was
icon.
Roger.
Roger Herrera.
Yeah.
God bless his soul.
There's 3 of them. All album. Ngayon, tapos na ang instruments. Tapos na. Lahat. Vic, sir, tapos na.
Nagawa ka rin ng
Hindi
lyrics.
ko pwedeng kantahan. Kailangan may kumanta niyan, sir. Hindi, wala na tayong time. Kantahan mo muna. Wala tayong makukuha, singer, wala. Ang una namin kinuha singer, alam mo sino? Richard Merck.
In those days, bata pa si Richard mo.
Rico Puno. He was not Rico Puno yet.
Wala pa siya.
Hindi pa siya sikat.
Pero hindi bagay eh. Bagay ba sa kanta na yun? Go ahead.
Hindi, kaya nga, naiba na eh.
Baladir si Rico.
Nag-meeting yung mga sila Altantay. That's the original Hagibis. Nag-meeting sila. Doon pa lang sa first meeting, nag-away-away na.
History, no?
Kanya-kanyang bidan, kanya-kanyang yabang, Wala, hindi malabo. Sige, tapusin mo na. Sabi ni Vic, tapusin mo na. Pati boses, tapusin mo na, kanta mo na. Di kinantahan ko yun. Pero tayo nakakaalam na, hindi ko sasabihin yun dito sa public. Pero, because I'm not a loud person.
Now the secret is out.
Now the secret's out!
See this thing.
But that's okay for history's sake. I mean, come on. Pwede na yun,
You
pwede
should
na
talk
yun.
about it during your show, and then you can have your special guests, and then you can really like.
Pwede?
Yes.
Of course, why
Pwede
not?
ko?
Go.
But
Well,
that's against my...
no, but don't forget, Mike, when you do the shows here in IDP under Pinoy Rock Legends, it's basically a biography. It can be a biography of who and what is Mike Hanapol, diba? So go for it. Whether they accept it or not, it's a revelation of truth and for history
Yes.
and for revelation, basically, diba? I mean, you know. Now, let me go to the last final edge. I'm gonna start with Johnny na naman. So, you already told us what your show is gonna be like. I asked you who is Johnny Alegre. Let me see. The last question would be, who's Johnny Alegre today?
Well,
Wow, it took you back.
well, you know, there's a song called "The Fool on the Hill."
And the
By the
sun coming down.
Yeah.
And the eyes, is that right in there?
The man
Keep
of
the
a thousand,
word,
the man of a thousand voices is talking perfectly
very
loud.
Oh, yeah.
Perfectly. The operative word.
I
is
actually like the
perfectly.
Sergio Mendes version over
The
the
man
Beatles,
of a
but
thousand
go ahead.
voices is talking perfectly loud. And I am a man of a thousand voices. I have so many varied interests, and I have so many wonderful friends from all walks of life, and I want to bring them together.
Bolero talaga ito si Johnny Alegre. But I love it. I
You
like
like
it.
it?
Yeah, I like it. Thank you
You like
very
it?
much. It's
Very
very
good,
good. Okay,
You like
so,
Yes.
matanda ka na ba, Johnny?
Hindi, never.
But I saw your white
Never.
card earlier.
Never.
It said CC. It wasn't a school ID. And what are you looking forward to? I understand, I've been following your page on Facebook and other social media.
Yes.
I understand you created a new band, but only for, I think it's coming up. We better tell Jasmine here about that show. Johnny Alegre has put up together a show of multinationals. There's 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken, him being the Filipino, right?
Correct.
You have a Malaysian.
Malaysian.
Is that a bass player?
He's a saxophone
He's the
player.
sax player. And then you have a Swede, a European or
A
something.
drummer from Switzerland.
Ah,
A drummer.
Switzerland, Swiss.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, and the other one is...
He's an American saxophone player.
How do you all talk?
And a Japanese, we speak in English, the lingua franca. But then we have a Japanese bassist. Yes.
But how do you all... Iba-ibang kultura eh. I guess that's natural in jazz.
I don't know, it just happened. Just being the right person at the right time. It just happened.
Okay, so tell us quickly about your show. So for those who can pick this up earlier, it's coming up.
Yeah, we're doing a series of shows in Kuala Lumpur. That's where we're all meeting together.
Okay,
and then
Jasmine,
we're
take
going
note.
home.
They're doing a show.
And then we're
Go
going.
ahead.
We're going here to the Philippines, and we're also going to do a tour. Shall I mention where we're?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah. So we're doing.
I'll charge you later.
We're doing one at the Teatro of Fort Santiago.
Wow, nice
We're
venue.
doing one at the auditorium of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts
Where's that?
in Intramuros.
Oh, okay.
And then we're doing we're doing one bar in Pago in
The
in
jazz
Cubao.
bar,
Yeah, the jazz bar, just to
For the local boys.
for the love you
Yeah,
know.
for the local boys.
Yeah, and then
Puro musikero pupunta
yes,
nun eh.
and then we're doing one in an art gallery somewhere in Quezon City. It's an activity art activity center. And then we're doing a recording.
Wow, nice.
We're doing a recording, or hopefully it's going to be an LP. And then, finally, we're going to have a large show at the Yuchenko Museum.
And this music is going to be what?
Avant-garde.
Explain the concept of
Avant-garde means to say that it's not something that you can predict. It's not like,
Are you guys jamming? Or you guys,
A-
did you write it down, the music?
well, a lot of it is conceptual. We will agree what to do. And a lot of it is not even notes. It's just boxes and visuals, and it's different. It's like making a painting.
Naintindihan mo ba yun?
Oo.
Yung concept niya
Yeah,
ng
yeah,
box
yeah, of
essence.
Boxes. Sa ganitong box, ganito yung gagawin mo. And then dito
So wala kayong mga harmony at yung mga sabay-sabay.
And then these are all world-class musicians. These are all we hear each other and we know already what to do. It's intuition. A lot of it is intuition. It's called free music. But of course there are also some written notes. And then the written notes are not conventional, shall we say. So
I think you have to elaborate to Harry what exactly is avant-garde.
avant-garde means the advance, the future, the advance, the...
No, I'm quite familiar with it, Mike.
yeah.
There was a band when I had a club way back. It was called Apple Bar, and then it became Harry's Bar in front of the old Bobby McGee's, the restaurant they used to operate. And there was this trio that was brought in by the German club. Remember, you were there.
Goethe House.
Yeah, Goethe House.
Yeah.
And there was just three of them. It was called the Sagmeister Trio.
Yes, Michael Sagmeister.
Yeah, Sagmeister. And that was the first time I was exposed to the concept of avant-garde. I thought listening to John McLaughlin was avant-garde. Chicory and Noi was just extremely melodic and dexterity. But avant-garde, meaning sometimes it was almost off. Almost off. The tempos.
It is not just almost off. It is really off.
Yes. Pero, pwede ba yun, yung notes babangga?
No, merong mga bumabanggang nota na masarap pakinggan eh.
Suspended.
Yan yung art. Yan yung art.
Suspended.
Oo, merong mga kombinasyon na hindi mo aakalain na magko-combine, pero magko-combine pala.
Well, there was one time sa Peninsula naman I experienced, and I was invited to the show. It was really more for dinner after,
Yes.
because we were all dressed. It was an orchestra, but basically almost just brass, kukunti lang ang violin. So, but only 17, 18 of them. And the feature was the certain violin, what do you call that, very expensive violin?
The cello.
No, the violin, what do you call that, very
The
expensive?
Stradivarius.
Stradivarius.
Yeah.
Because the Stradivarius stands out when it comes to volume, the clarity of the sound of the string, no? They were all in a suit, nakatay pa, the performers. The conductor came out.
Okay.
He had a long back, yung parang English, may tail yung suit niya. Pero nakapaa.
Okay.
At walang suot na inner shirt.
Eh,
Kaya
that's
sabi ko,
avant-garde.
okay to ah. Ang buhok nito hanggang dito. Ang haba. He was blonde.
That's avant-garde.
Conductor. And you know, yung conductor, di ba ganun normally yan eh. Tak, 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 tak. Tapos, di ba,
Yeah.
no, this guy, gumagano, kala mo, sa love ko, sabog to. No? But you know, the music, I'm not sure how I felt, to tell you the truth.
No, this is...
After while it's going on, parang ka nakasimangot, but you're not leaving the show. And then after that, you're not sure, it's like a movie na, it touches you, but you're not sure how to react.
Okay, to make it simple to you, to understand. You know the keys in the piano, the keys in the
Yes,
piano,
yes.
they are white and black, right?
Yes, sharp, yeah.
There is a thing called, in the avant-garde, called microtone.
Okay.
That microtone is in between that black and white.
Pero,
That is microtone. That's avant-garde. But that's not yet.
parang sa gitara, yung
but-
ting, ting, you know, when you do that
No.
sound, no? Iba pa yun.
Totally different.
Iba pa yun,
Yeah.
okay.
This is in between.
The sound.
The black and white. In between the
gitna.
black and white.
In theory, wala eh. There's not,
Microtone ang tawag doon.
microtone, okay.
So, that's avant-garde. And that's not it. I mean, the thing is, I was exposed into avant-garde also in New York for a long time. Juilliard. Let me tell
Nag-Juilliard
you.
ka?
No.
You heard a show there.
I watch the show all the time. There's one of the avant-garde pianists came, Michel something, forgot. Anyway, this guy, people paid. A lot of people paid for maybe $150.
Wow, may kamahalan.
And
ano?
the capacity is 4,000 something.
Puno.
Puno! Talagang full pack!
Pero avant-garde.
Avant-garde, isa lang siya. Pianist lang.
Walang lumabas.
Wala! Hindi. lumabas siya. Naka-tails pa. Tie.
Hindi, pero sa mga sa audience, naiintindihan nila.
Wala pa. Sabi siya, pianist eh. There is a piano there. So, obviously, he will be playing.
But
Talaga, wow, grabe to. Matindi siguro to. Matindi pa kay Thelonious Monk.
malaga lang.
Grabe. Ano kami, palakpakan kami. Ingay ng mga tao. And when he arrived at the piano, grand piano, sir. Grand piano. Ang ganda. You just look at it. You just look at it. And then he goes. For maybe about 20 minutes, something
You're
like that.
kidding, ha? Ganun na.
20
Tahimik kayo lahat.
Tahimik, o maingay, maingay, ala. Everything was created. And then he goes, maybe about 30 minutes, maybe 45 na. He looked at the keys, no? Keys. From down to up.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay. Then he goes back again.
You're kidding me.
Yes. And so people keep, responding.
Hindi, sira ulo mga Amerikano eh.
No. So, finally, I don't know if that's the final. He goes, Tong, bye.
Magrereklamo ako, $150. I want it back.
They said, that's the point.
Yeah.
A lot of people will
Yeah, it's
Probably
different. Avant-garde. Can we say it's new? Avant-garde, progressively new?
Well, okay, shall I answer that? When you say
You don't have to raise your hand. It's okay.
when you advance, somebody catches up, right? And then you advance again. And then somebody catches up, and then you advance again. So the avant-garde is also an evolving journey.
Okay, there is a father.
Yeah?
The father of avant-garde is Bill Frisell.
Okay, I'd never heard the name.
Okay,
Not
Bill
familiar.
Frisell.
Yeah.
He's a guitarist. Now he's old. But if I'm not mistaken, 1932, 1931, that's where the concept is started. Concept. And then, right now, nag-evolve na yung ang avant-garde. Way back 1974, Frank Zappa.
Zappa, no.
Frank Zappa
Yeah, I
is
have
one
to
of the
admit.
avant-garde also. But it evolved until now. Now, before I left New York, the guitar player, he can make that guitar at-sing.
It sneezes, eh?
At-sing! Bro, at-sing! Ubo pa, gusto mo ubo?
Well, I remember the crazy words of Frank Zappa. The crux of the biscuit is called the apostrophe. Until now, I'm not sure I know what that means. Guys, we're going to have to end the show. Okay, so you've got the host, you've got Mike Hannapol coming up. Okay. Before anything else, how about your parting message, Mike, in this camera?
Okay. My parting message will be, can I give two?
Yeah.
Okay. One is, it's all right, guys, it's all right to be asleep as long as you know you are asleep. It's okay to be sleeping if you know you are sleeping. So that's my message.
Okay.
It's up to them. Analyze. Huh?
It's definitely avant-garde. Okay.
Okay. One is,
The other one. Okay.
the other one is, this one small piece of, ano sa Tagalog yung, ano sa English yung, what is that? Pepper. Pepper.
Pepper.
Ano sa Tagalog yan?
Paminta.
Paminta. One piece. Just one piece of paminta. One piece. One small circle piece paminta. Has nothing. It cannot be compared to, this piece of pepper is so much powerful that no one can even, bypass or encompass even 10 trucks of watermelon.
Definitely avant-garde, Mike Hanapol, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Alegre, your message. Gee, this is going to be another movement forward, to the left, the right, going forward. Johnny Alegre.
Well, I hope that, first of all, if I would have a show of my own, it would be something...
Which you will. This is going to be a show of your own.
I would like to have something lively. I would like to bring people to other people. I would like to connect people and bring them to places they've never been, or to places they've been to but we're not really sure what that place was all about. So I can bring them to, for example, a performance area, and then make them understand, hey, there's more to it pala than what they know. So ganyan, it's an exploration. I would like to bring people, like a travelogue, but it's a travelogue for the mind. I will let me take you down because I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real and nothing to get hung about. Strawberry fields forever.
Strawberry field, yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you very much, Johnny. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed the show. We've got two very avant-garde artists who's going to be coming on and doing their own show just for you. Now, I'm not sure I know how to cap the show having two very illustrious artists and right here that speak off the cuff. Because we don't have a teleprompter here, or a print, or anything else, or that a teleprompter, nothing. Gee, how do I cap at the end of a show like that? I know I got it. I'm CEO of Super Brands, and soon I'll be doing my own show without having to introduce more hosts. And then I hope I can start discussing consumer branding. O, iba, diba? I ended up advertising myself. Thank you very much, IDP. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I'll see you next week, okay?